Wake up, everybody, and welcome to the Alarm Talk podcast. I'm Kenny,
I am Zach.
And I'm Edwin.
and
Uh,
first, oh, and also, first, Brandon's not here. He is on vacation.
yeah,
He will
quick
be missed.
vacay, but he'll be back next week. Don't worry, everyone.
I just made it sound like he died, but oh well.
He didn't die. He's just on vacation.
Yes, he'll be
That
back
we
next
know
week.
of. That we know of.
Okay.
Wow, morbid.
And first, we're gonna start off with a new segment called "Where You Been," and it
Where
is
you
where we talk
been?
about the games that we've been to this last week. So
Woo-hoo-hoo.
first, what day was it?
I don't
It
remember
was
what day. It was fun. It was a good time.
we went to
I'm
the
trying to
well.
pull it
First,
up.
let's see what it was. We went to the Dodgers game when they played the A's. It was the second game of the series. That's about all
Yeah.
I remember.
Um. Let me check my check-in. And
That was
quick
the weirdest
point.
baseball game I've ever been to.
Well, we didn't even watch the game, which was really
We were
funny.
just eating food.
Literally, we ate food all around. And I must say to anyone who is ever going to Dodger Stadium, potato taquitos were bomb. Like, so good. And I've heard them hyped up before, but I just have to say they were so good. That was August 2nd, which was
So
last
5 days ago.
Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, debuted the pod, and then we went out and went to the game. So that was pretty cool. I got this jacket there. So
Well,
that
not
was good.
everybody can see it.
Well, those who can't see it, it's a very fancy all-star jacket, and I got it for a discounted price. Um, it was, let's just say, I got a lot of money off. It was a
Nice,
very good deal.
nice.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that game, Edwin?
Man. Well, I mean, I couldn't watch half of it. uh, no, it was
Even
a
the
good time.
end, the
Huh?
end, the end
I
of the game.
think.
There's people that wouldn't sit down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Please,
we had
anyone
obstructed
that's
views
going
the
to
whole
a
game.
game, anyone that's going to a game, please do not stand for more than like 30 seconds, 10, 20 seconds,
Don't stand longer than it needs to let people get to their seat.
because
Right.
like you're
Because
gonna
having
block
a
the whole game.
conversation,
It
you
was
know,
so annoying.
you know what really got me was when we were standing there and we were sitting in our seats, right? And they were standing in the walkway, like down the stairs. So first of all, you're in the way of people trying to walk. Then you're in the way of us trying to watch the game. And then what really got me was she said, like the women turned around to us and she was like, "Sorry guys," and then
And then they
continued her
just kept
conversation.
standing there.
I'm like,
It wasn't only the woman though. The guy also said, "Sorry, guys."
yeah,
Half of
I
them were
didn't
like,
even
"Oh,
hear him.
sorry," and then turned around and kept talking. And I was like, "If you're sorry, sit down."
Yeah, that's so game etiquette to anyone who's listening. That means
Knock, knock, knock. Second week in a row.
go ahead and sit down.
This- The
Did you guys hear the
casual.
knock, knock, knock?
I didn't.
Well, it happened for the second week in a row.
It's our usual culprit. It's okay. So we went to the Dodger game. That was cool. And then also me and Kenny went to a minor league game. Where was it? In San Bernardino. It was the Angels single
It
A
was the
affiliate.
Inman Empire 66ers of San Bernardino.
Honestly,
How
they
was
have
it?
such
Tell us
a
all about it.
they have such a good concept on how to like have a team, like as far as like playing on the
Like the
idea
theme.
of yeah, the theme. That's the word I was looking for, because they're known as the 66ers, right? So you're thinking Route 66, like what's on Route 66, like cars, like mechanics, things like that. So like the logo is someone as a guy with a wrench. So like that's already cool. They got oil drip on their numbers on their home jerseys.
And even on
So that's
their
cool.
logo.
Yeah, on their logo. So that's really cool. Um, what were some other things that I just really like the whole overall theme of what it
Well, the
is.
game we went to was like a
But
special themed game.
yeah, so
They
that
were
was a
the
cool thing too.
Pachucos for the night. So they
Yeah,
were
it
wearing
was
black uniforms with like orange pinstripes, and I think they were pretty sick.
they were really nice.
I want one, but I'm not going to get one because
It's
they're going to be really
minors.
expensive.
But
But
it's
yeah,
a really nice
it was a
jersey.
great game. It was 3-2 going into the top of the ninth. The 66ers in true Angels form give up a game-tying home run in the top of the ninth.
Oh, and they were playing. Well, that's actually very ironic because they were playing the
The
San
Giants
Jose
team, and
Giants,
then we're recording this on
and
August 7th. It's 9:29 p.m. and the Angels just lost their seventh in a row. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't keep track at this point.
but yeah, that was it was kind of, a little bit of what was going on in this game, except the single A team was able to salvage the game.
Yes, they hit a 2-run homer to walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. And I told Zach, I was like, "You think their lights flash?" And he was like, "Nah."
Actually, it was the bottom of the 10th. So,
Oh, yeah, I'm
um,
wrong. The bottom of the
we
10th.
got the tickets for free. That was cool.
Yeah, I won
And
10
then
tickets, but I only got 6. So
so it was pretty cool, but then, like how they like to say like free baseball when it's like or like free whatever when it goes into
yeah,
extra time, overtime, extra innings, things like that.
whatever you want to
So
call it.
it was already free baseball, but we also got more free baseball.
So we
So
said free baseball.
yeah, lots of free, and if it's free, it's for me. So
But yeah, when they walked it off, me and Zach were joking like in like the eighth. We were like, "Do you think the lights flash when they hit a homer?" And he was like, "No, it's single A." And as soon as they hit the walk off homer, the lights started flashing, and we were like, "Oh, wow, this is a big deal." Because the
yeah,
rest of the stadium was like pretty janky, but
it's a single A stadium. Like
exactly, it's not
it's
like
not gonna be a
if you've
lot.
never been to a minor league game, it feels like a glorified high school game or college game,
Yeah, very true.
honestly. So
Well,
yeah,
I kind of saw it on Instagram. Kenny, I think I saw your post. You guys were pretty. You guys were low. Like
we were second row.
that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. That's
Well,
pretty
I
crazy.
got to choose the seats. They said, these are the seats you can get for free. You can go further towards home plate for $5, and behind the home plate is $10 extra. But I was like, I don't want to pay anything, so
Yeah.
I got the closest I could get for free.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was a pretty good experience though.
Zach
Um
got heckled.
I did get heckled by Kenny's uncle. Um because I was not even wearing Dodger gear. Or I was wearing a
Yes, you
Dodger
were.
hat.
You were wearing a Dodgers bucket hat. Don't lie.
Okay, but it was like whatever. It wasn't like it was screaming Dodgers. And the jersey I was wearing was my Team USA Mookie Betts jersey. And you know, I just want to say he defended our country. So that's where we've been. So we'll kind of get into it. We'll start with baseball because baseball's in their big season
Full
right
stride.
now, full stride, full swing, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, as Angel Kenny mentioned, the Angels uh
Suck. I hate them.
dropped the game
7
against
to be exact.
against the Giants tonight. I believe it was 3-2 going into
No,
the night.
it was 3-2 going in the ninth, and we lost 7-3. So
Yeah,
maybe it was
so
8-3. I stopped watching after they scored the seventh run. I really don't care anymore.
you know that's the thing about baseball is it's very unforgiving. You could get scored on in bunches.
Yeah,
Who
we
was
know. We
who
like
was
the grand
pitching?
slam in the top of the ninth a couple
Yeah,
days ago against the Mariners. That was
the Angels
great.
have really had some bad luck recently. Um, kind of thought they were buyers, or they said they were buyers going into
Well,
that
they
deadline.
bought, but Lucas Giolito has given up like 4 runs in his 2 games with us. CJ Crone and Randall Grichuk both have 1 homer since joining the team. Dominic Leone, I guess people have said he's been lights out, but again, I stopped watching because it's torture to watch a game now. But yeah,
Uh,
Dominic Leone, Ronaldo Lopez, I haven't heard much about them. So that probably doesn't mean they're doing too bad, but
yeah,
we'll
so it's
see what happens.
it's just kind of like, where do you go from here? Um,
Well, that's where it. That's what it is every year at this point. So it's
yeah, I mean, I wish it wasn't that way, but you know,
yeah,
also
me too. I really wish it wasn't that way.
it's just kind of like, I don't really know what to do with that team. Like, how do
Well,
you
neither does
how do
Armando.
you
That's why he needs to sell.
yeah, I guess so. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what.
How
That's
do you
all it is at this point.
mm,
Like he screwed us over the offseason too because he didn't sell. Well, he was going to sell, so we didn't make any moves. Then he's like, "Oh, never mind, we're not going to sell," so then we had no time to make any moves in the
yeah.
offseason. So it's just a bad situation all around.
Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, I definitely like it, Kenny, because we all know why I like it. Uh,
Why do you like it? For those that don't know.
hey, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it was like, okay, so we all know I have a terrible memory, and I can't when I dream something, I cannot like remember. But for some reason, I
I don't know
remember
what
that
you're
I
gonna say.
dreamt this. I remember that I dreamt this, and it was in a dream. I'm not playing with you. I saw Shohei, Shohei Otani in a Dodger jersey. I'm not
I
playing
think that
with
there
you.
was just an edit on Instagram that everybody's seen 1,000 times.
No, 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 no. I saw him. I saw Shohei Otani in a Dodger jersey, Kenny, and it was not a post. It was like in like taking batting practice. So,
Mm,
Kenny, I go to the games with you when we're back in school. We have good times at Angel Stadium. We in quotes we tailgated there.
That wasn't a
Uh,
tailgate. That was just sitting in a parking lot.
um, let's see, we celebrated your birthday, but Kenny, I'm glad this is happening to the Angels.
As long as he doesn't go to the Dodgers or the Yankees, that's all I care about.
I don't think he's going to the Yankees, Kenny.
yeah,
But
You know
that's
he's not
kind
going
of
to the
the
Yankees.
talk.
he's
That's
not
kind of
going.
the talk, though. Is just like, where does he go? Because at this point, it doesn't look good for the Angels that he's going back.
Well, I
So
mean, even though we've lost 7 in a row, we're still only 1 game under 500, but which is insane. But
yeah, but under
we still
500
suck.
versus trying to make the playoffs isn't
Exactly. I'm not saying we're doing good. I'm just saying
yeah.
we're doing good enough to where we can lose 7 in a row, and we're still 1 game under 500. But nothing's going to change now. We're not going to go anywhere this year. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say next year at this point because I don't believe it.
Well,
Well,
you
if
never
you
know.
I mean, you never
well,
know, but I don't think anything's going to change.
I mean, it doesn't look good right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. That
Well,
is.
if you head up actually not head up the freeway, if you go down the 5 freeway because the Dodgers played in San Diego today, but that the team that me and Edwin are fans of, um, that team actually has been very good since the trade deadline. For a team that a lot of people were not happy with how their trade deadline went, um, I think the trade pieces have really came in and
Mhm.
really done their jobs very well. We've gotten 2 starts out of Lance Lynn, and I mean, given one was the A's, but you got to go out and still play. So that was nice. You got 7 in that one and 6 out of him against the Padres. Um, so good outings there. We got a couple outings out of Joe Kelly. Um, Full Joe Kelly experience multiple times.
Yes.
Um, And if you don't know what a Joe Kelly experience is, it's uh, chaos and then outs
The taunting.
and the taunting, the extra words. So yeah,
The
plenty
competitive fire.
there. And then Kike and Ahmed Rosario. Uh, those guys have came in and hit pretty well. I mean, uh, it looks good. I mean, they're not gonna hit everything. That's baseball, but it's been good to see that there's been some production there, and they got a really interesting draw that all of a sudden a lot of teams were pitching lefties against us. So uh, put a lot of Kike and Ahmed in the lineup there. So lots of at bats for those guys being new on the team. It was like today. It was the first time I had seen um, Jason Hayward in a long time, just because uh, lefty on righty situation was like the first time in a while. So
Right. And there was still a lefty pitching today. Seth Lugo is a lefty, and Jason Hayward
No,
was he played a
are you
big
sure
part.
about that?
About what?
Did you say Seth Lugo's a lefty?
Yeah, isn't he?
Are you sure about that? He's a righty, sir.
Oh, he's a righty.
Yes.
yeah, that's why Hayward started.
Classic Dodger fan.
Oh crap, my bad. Well, Seth Lugo is a scrub anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why Hayward and Peralta started today. Or I don't know if Peralta started. I can't remember, but I know Peralta definitely got in the game. He had nice hits. Um, yeah, it's been a really good series with the Padres, or for in the Dodgers case. They had a few very good offensive games. Today, in fact, they were down 5-0. So it was one of those weird games where the Padres scored 5-0 in the bottom of the third, and it was kind of like one of those sky's falling moments for Tony Gonsolin. And then Dodgers come up top of the fourth, and boom, 8-0, or eight straight in that inning. It's like scoring 8 in a half of an inning is a lot. That's kind of crazy. So, um, really kind of took control of the game, and it's kind of how they've been playing recently, and hope they just keep it up. But yeah,
So
but
football?
no, we have a big thing to talk about still.
No, it's not that big. It's fine. We can skip it.
No, we cannot skip the big welterweight fight between uh Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson.
Dude, that was
because
crazy.
because Anderson sure did go down.
What was it over? What was the fight over? Like, what
So
was it about? I never saw what it was
according
about.
according to Jose Ramirez, he's just tired. He was basically tired of Tim Anderson tagging him the way he was when he was sliding into second. So he was not happy about it. He felt like I guess he just took exception to it. Like he's like, I'm not gonna take this anymore. And he probably said some words, and you know what that happens. And Tim
Yeah, Tim
Anderson
Anderson
decided
dropped
to
the
square
gloves.
up. Yeah, and honestly, don't write a check you can't cash, Tim.
Also, can we talk about what? But also, I feel like that punch that like knocked him out wasn't that good of a punch.
It was well, if it
It
wasn't
looked
that
like
great
a
of a
slap.
punch, but like his look at how Jose threw the punch. His face is wide open. Like Tim's not blocking anything. So I mean, that's his fault. If you want to square up, you gotta actually know how to box, or just don't do it because you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
right.
did you guys hear about Tito? What he said at the press conference after the game?
What did he say?
The reporter was like, he was like, "Well, what do you think of Jose Ramirez's left hook?" And Tito goes, "It was actually a right hook."
Sure, it was a right hook because Tim's
Yeah.
face was right
He
there
was
for
like,
the taking.
right hook," and I was like, "That's awesome."
But yeah, that was a pretty crazy instance there. But we'll
Wait,
be able to touch on that some more.
Edwin didn't get his piece in. Let Edwin talk.
About man, I it's so funny that it happened on the same night as the Jake Paul and Nate Diaz fight.
Yeah,
Little
SummerSlam.
right.
WWE.
So it was like a little
Crazy.
preview. It was a little preview. It was on the card that night. But no, I think, I mean, I don't know about Tim Anderson. Sometimes I feel like he's disrespecting the game. Other times it's like it's a really cool personality that the game needs. So I understood where Jose Ramirez was coming from. Um, and man, it was pretty crazy just to see Tim Anderson drop his glove and actually square up. You don't see that. You don't see that unless you're Jordan Clarkson in basketball. But like like you don't really see people actually squaring up. It's just like just going at it and just like shoving.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. The suspensions came out today. I think Tim Anderson got 6 games for it.
Jose got 3,
Yeah.
and then
And
the managers got Clase got 1.
yeah, he got
Um,
suspended too.
He must have said something on the field, but Tito also got 1.
Yeah.
There's a couple other people
But
who wasn't their play coaches or something, but
yeah, we'll definitely be touching on this soon.
yeah. But also, since everyone brought up the fight, I had another like the Nate Diaz Jake Paul fight.
Right. Uh-huh.
There's another impressive thing that happened. So Logan Paul
Oh, I did hear about
opened
that.
the show at WWE SummerSlam in Detroit,
Mhm.
and then as soon as his match ended, he flew to Dallas and walked Jake Paul to the ring.
Crazy.
Same night.
What?
Probably in like 3 or 4. I don't know the time, but it was probably about 3 or 4 hours, I'm guessing, which is
And
crazy.
you know, it really must be nice to have that much money.
Yeah. Like, I
Just
think he was supposed to be later in like the card for SummerSlam, but he was like, "Hey, can you put me first so I can make it to my brother's fight?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Sure."
did you guys hear about the beef between I think is it Jake Paul? Jake Paul and Conor McGregor?
No.
Yeah, so Jake Paul tweeted something. I don't remember exactly what it said, but it said something crazy. And then, McGregor was like, I feel like every time you read a McGregor tweet, you can hear his accent and how he tweets. I'm not gonna do the accent, but you can just hear his extra Scottish aggression, and yeah, it's quite interesting. But yeah, those two have beef, and I think like they're probably trying to. If I won't be surprised if there's a card that comes out for Jake Paul and Conor McGregor for a fight. So
It's gonna open for Elon and Mark Zuckerberg.
right. Oh, please don't get me started. We got to get that going too.
Hey,
Uh,
when that
we'll,
happens, we're live streaming a podcast during that.
we'll we'll definitely touch on Elon coming up soon. But yeah, we're gonna switch gears. Gonna talk a little preseason football because I feel like someone should get their flowers. Um, DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson. Um, he's currently fourth string for the Browns. They played the Hall of Fame preseason game this last, what was that, Thursday, I believe.
Mhm.
And he had a great game, really great game. Um, I think it's like kind of one of the interesting things as a mobile quarterback coming out of the Pac-12. Um, doesn't have the biggest arm, but really knows how to play the game. Really gets the job done. Um, definitely can launch it, but it's just kind of like pick and choose where he gets his moments at. So really interesting. He had a great game. Um, I think he should probably move up in the depth chart. He should not be fourth string. He'll probably end up being third string because he's behind Deshaun Watson and Josh Dobbs. So Josh Dobbs has had some good backup games for the Browns too. So um, there's some different things going on, but definitely the Browns got a good one there. I
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Watching him at UCLA, his mobility, I think, is his biggest threat. Like you were saying, um, he's a good quarterback. He played more than a year at UCLA. He learned a lot from Chip Kelly. I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of knowledge, um, and could use that up at the pro level. So he should be moving up in the depth chart, or he could just, or maybe move on to another team and be higher on their depth chart. Um, but no, yeah, DTR. He's a good quarterback for was a good quarterback for UCLA. I'm pretty sure he'd be a solid third string, solid backup later on. So a guy to keep an eye on. See how his NFL career develops out.
Yeah, definitely. I think Kenny might want him as their the backup in Seattle.
I don't really know, but no. Our QB situation's interesting. We have Gino and Drew Lock, but
Right. So you might want him as your backup because who wants Drew Lock?
that's very true. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't have much expectations this year. Neither did I last year, but they exceeded expectations last year, which just shows how good of a coach Pete Carroll is.
Oh, so disgusting. Anywho,
What? Oh, USD.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. What do you mean?
But I you can't even refute it. He's done very good. It's just
Well, and then you see how good Russell Wilson was, and then you see him in Denver and see what happened. So
well we kind of touched on that last week too. We got to see
exactly.
how that team goes. I think Sean Payton's the quarterback whisperer. So especially what he did with Drew Brees all those years. So maybe that'll work out. But to kind of point back to um we were talking
Well,
DTR, and he was a quarterback from UCLA, so he's in the Pac-12. Um, Pac-12, man, Pac-12 is going under.
it's
It's
almost
it's
gone.
it's. I think it is gone. I don't. I mean, I heard someone call it the Pac-4 today. Like
Yeah, it's
that's
what it
kind
is,
of
pretty much.
how bad it is, and it's really weird because it really just started off with UCLA and USC, and then all the other teams kind of slowly, like not slowly, but as of recently, they all just kind of jumped out, like all jump ship. And it's like really interesting because the teams that are left are Washington State, Oregon State, Cal, and Stanford.
Stanford.
And
Didn't Stanford leave?
so that's another weird thing. It's like I've heard so many weird things today, but um, Stanford it's just really weird because Stanford is well known for athletics as well as just being, you know, a great institution for education and things like that. So they're just a really good, well known like college. So it's just kind of weird, but that they would stick around and not try to find like a way of escape. Like I don't know what they're thinking, what their plan is. But I have heard today someone said that Stanford would join the ACC.
But I thought because I saw something that said Stanford was leaving.
Yeah, but I just
Oh,
I
it's
don't
they might be.
understand.
Okay.
Yeah, it says they might be. I don't think they've thought about it. It's kind
Yeah,
of
it was
like
ago.
a
May
lot of
includes it too.
chatter and not real things. But like
And Cal too, it says.
to the ACC,
Mm-hmm.
see that's just weird to me because the ACC literally stands for Atlantic Coastal Conference, and both of those schools sit on the Pacific. So
Close enough.
what are you gonna do? Have a Pacific division of the Atlantic Coastal Conference? Like I don't get it. Like at this point, just reform the Pac-12. Like I mean, I get it. The problem is on the higher ups, and they don't really they're not doing it like the other conferences. I think that's the main problem. But it's kind of like, why didn't you fix it? Because now everything as a whole is going to get messed up, and it kind of brings the problem of how why is football the thing that's driving everything? Because we get it, college football is kind of like the big monster as far as college athletics, but all of these schools have decided to join other conferences, and if a school joins the conference, they're bringing all their sports with them, not just football. So now every other team is going to be having to compete against Pac-12 teams that are now in their conference. So it's just kind of like weird. Like, can you imagine being a baseball player at UC? Not well, I guess UCLA, and your usual travel, like your farthest travel, was to Buffalo to play Colorado, right? And now
Wait, to Buffalo to play Colorado?
to play the Buffaloes, my bad, the Buffaloes, Colorado, um, to go over there, but now you gotta go all the way to um, what?
Buffalo.
But shoot, maybe isn't Rutgers in like New York or something like
I
that?
think it's in New Jersey.
Yeah, Rutgers is in like New Jersey, and I'm not saying UCLA will
Yeah.
be playing them because I think their divisions are kind of different. But if it ends
New
up
Brunswick,
happening,
New Jersey.
yeah, if it ends up happening, imagine a trip where you have to fly all the way to New Jersey to play a game, a conference game, and you're running track, or you're playing soccer. Like it's so much more than just football, and it's kind of crazy how that's what's running everything.
And most
Mhm.
sports play twice a week, so you'd have to make long trips twice a week, maybe.
Right. Because football plays once a week. So
Exactly. That's
travel
not
for them is a lot different.
exactly.
Right. Yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy. And at the end of the day, it goes on the student athletes that travel you guys are talking about. You know, but gives them a little taste of what could be, I guess, for basketball players. It could be a little taste of what NBA travel could be like for football players, what a out of division game could be like um, for baseball players now that they're traveling all over. Same thing. Um, but going back to like the conferences itself, the Pac-12. Um, yeah, I think it, they had their chance to they had their chance, to make things right. They didn't. They still have, from what I know, they still don't even have a TV deal for next year. Um, if they do, it probably just happened. So it's a 1 year deal, one of those two things. Um, or yeah, I think they were in talks with Apple
Yeah, I don't know if the
to-
Apple TV thing was real or not.
for a one year deal. I don't know,
Yeah.
but they had their chance once USC, UCLA. I think besides Oregon, I think those are like the two biggest teams in your conference. They're in they're in the biggest market in your conference. Um, they're pretty big schools themselves. So once those teams look to move to another conference, you got to be concerned and see how you can keep the rest of the conference together. But once Oregon looked to move, and then the other schools, you know, I think it's over for the Pac-12. There's no there's no way of keeping, you know, Stanford. You guys talked about Stanford. Stanford, like you said, is known for their sports and is a great school as well. Um, Cal, also a great school, but also has good sports. So I think for the Pac-12, um, yeah, it's pretty much over for them. And I like the move UCLA and USC did uh,
Oh yeah,
to
it's
the Big
great for
Ten,
them.
to the
Yeah.
Big, great competition football wise, and in other sports as well. And you get to compete against other big brands in college football.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good move, I believe, for both USC and UCLA.
Yeah, like everyone was saying, it's going to change everything. Like the conferences may not even be the same names next year as we know it, just because
Right.
if the Pac-12 is gone, there's going to be different teams in each division. Are we going to get a new conference,
That's
or
right.
are we just going to have one less, and they're just going to change everything about them and just reorganize everything? So
Right.
this next year should be very interesting for college football, and we'll see where it goes.
Because I mean, I heard back when UCLA and USC were originally going to join, and it was only them, that they were going to create some Western division of uh, the Big Ten, and like the Western Division of the Big Ten would be like USC and UCLA, and then like I don't know Northwestern because aren't they in like Chicago? So like that's like the next closest school. Like it's really weird, but I mean now Arizona or not Arizona, but Oregon and Washington are going to be joining the Big Ten too. So it's like you have 2 teams or 4 teams on the West Coast, and if they give them a division and it's only those 4, then it's like you basically just recreated the Pac-12, but you joined the Big Ten because there's more money there. So it's just kind of like this is all chaos because the Pac-12 didn't figure out how to pay their schools. So
Well, that's ultimately what the schools want is money.
yeah,
So
exactly.
there's no matter what, if it's the Big Ten can literally split off and create a Pac-12, and none of the schools would care because they're being treated better.
Right. They get more money in their TV deal. So
That's true.
yeah. But spinning around, want to hit some NBA
Too bad I
news.
don't have a spinning chair. I would have spun.
That would have been nice. But
soon.
oh, there's a spin.
Edwin did it.
My foot got caught in a plastic bag, but I did the spin.
Very nice. But the Lakers, they extended Anthony Davis. They gave him a contract extension, added another 3 years to his contract. Uh, Great idea, I think. It's it's a star-driven league. You need to keep your stars around, so very important. I think it was a great idea. AD deserves it. Um, just really, really great that we keep a star, and uh, it's kind of thinking post LeBron. Got to keep a star around. So um, LeBron's not getting any younger, so I figure you get the rest of his contract, and we'll see what happens after that. But yeah,
Yeah. I think it's a great move. You just said that it's a star-driven league. So you have to have a star, especially here in Los Angeles. For the Lakers, you need to have a star. And it's great to have Anthony Davis through what was it, 2028, and
hmm
it gives him 5 more years. He'll probably, it'll be good for us. And Anthony Davis fits with a lot of stars in the league right now. So thinking post LeBron, like you said,
he's a
another
good
star.
fit for any guy, really.
Yeah. So, any other star comes in and they'll pretty sure their games will match, and they'll be able to do some stuff. But I think it really puts the spotlight on Anthony Davis now for sure. He got his money. He's set now for the next 5 years. Um, he has to deliver in some way or fashion now. You can't just um, not perform. You have when on the days when you're playing Giannis, the days that you're going up against Joel Embiid, you have to go in and show out now. In the playoffs, you can't go one game. You can't alternate good and bad games. You have to show out. Remember the league, like remind the league who you are. You're Anthony Davis. You're a top. Remind everyone that you see on TV. They tell you that Anthony Davis is a top 5 talent in the league, but not a top 5 player. So you got to remind everyone who you are and get back into that top 5 conversation. Because we saw what Anthony Davis could do. Those games in the playoffs last season when he was going off, he was doing 30 and 15 easily, 30 and 20 with 3 4 blocks. So um, he could do it. He's got to he's putting in work right now in the off season and to sign that contract. So he's set, and I think it's really cool to see how the Lakers stars, both LeBron and Anthony Davis, have really committed to the Lakers and really have showed that they want to win more. They want to win another championship or maybe more than one here in Los Angeles. So um, it's really cool to see that happen. And now I think that contract just puts a little brighter spotlight on Anthony Davis.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really cool too because it's just kind of night and day where they came from because they went through that terrible stretch of when they were just bad. And
Yeah.
then, LeBron comes next year, AD gets here through trade, and then it's kind of like buy-in. So it's really nice to have that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Again, I don't know basketball, but my only worry is from watching you guys watch basketball, AD gets hurt a lot.
And yeah, that's
So
the
that's
big
the
thing.
thing that I'd be worried about if I was a big Lakers fan, is just that could
Yeah.
be from like an Angels perspective because we're injury ridden every year. So just with that contract, he's injured a lot. So
I totally get
we'll
that.
see.
And I
Yeah,
think I think a big part of that is Jackson Hayes now that we have him. Another big that can come in at the same time that Anthony Davis is in the game. Anthony Davis can lag off of the person he's defending when he's down low, and just come over and block shots, protect the rim. Doesn't really have to, bang bodies with the big centers around the league. So I think that's going to help him out as well when it comes to his injuries.
definitely.
Mhm.
Well, um, Team USA was just playing basketball team. Um, it's really, really interesting because this is kind of a weird time of year because no one, like, I didn't even know they were playing tonight until I saw like a little clip that was sent to me. But Austin Reeves is on the team, and Austin Reeves is one of my favorites right now, just because that guy really knows how to play. It's really really fun to watch him play.
Mhm.
Um, and even like LeBron shouting him out on Twitter, that's like always the most fun thing. Um, but it's really cool to see that some of our homegrown is out there doing stuff. So shout out to Austin Reeves.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see Austin Reeves out there and really do his thing. Wow. He's playing with other not NBA like superstars, but really NBA stars.
Rising stars.
Yeah, like rising stars. Pretty good players out there. Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson on the team, and seeing Austin Reeves show out in a way, like it's a pretty cool moment. And Austin Reeves is getting coached by Steve Kerr. And who else did I see was on that staff? Like pretty good coaches around the
Eric
league.
Spoelstra, Ty Lue.
Eric Spoelstra, Ty Lue. Like these are really good coaches in the league, probably regarded as one of the best. So Eric Spoelstra regarded as the best coach right now, I think, um, in the league. So uh, getting knowledge from them and then getting to play with other players that you compete against during the league during the season. Um, pretty cool experience for Austin Reeves, and I'm pretty sure he's going to come back with some more knowledge and show out for us down here in LA.
Definitely.
And hopefully, Team USA wins the World Cup.
That would be cool. It's always a weird tournament because it's a thrown together team. It's a team that's only practiced for so long, and we usually have the most talent. And this group that we're sending, like you said, it's like these next group of stars. It's not our superstars, but um, it's kind of how do you get younger stars to get to work together and things like that. So
Mhm.
um, should be interesting. I'll hopefully should get. I'm gonna try to find a way to find out how to get these games because it was really weird that I didn't even know that that game was going on. I guess I got to get on Twitter a little bit more, but um, yeah, definitely something to look out for this next coming weeks throughout the month.
Right,
Don't
right.
cheer on you at Team USA basketball.
Mhm.
It's time for wake or sleep. As I'm rubbing my eyes because it's way too late.
It's
But
10:15 here. We're exhausted.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
I have work tomorrow, so this should be fun.
Kenny, I have work every day. It feels like it never goes away.
We work earlier than I do too, and longer. So
Yeah. But, you know, woo, adulting. So wake or sleep on adulting. Just kidding.
sleep.
Oh, I'm definitely.
Everyone's sleep on that one.
Unplug the alarm clock.
That wasn't even one of mine, but definitely, yeah, we're all sleeping on adulting because it's just a lot, honestly. Um, but the first one I actually had, that was a nice bonus wake or sleep. But first one I had, I saw a post. They posted um the new Avengers cover.
Can
Um,
you send said post so you can see it?
I will tell you who's on the post, but
Okay.
um the people on the new cover, like they're our new Avengers on the cover of this post is Captain America, meaning Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Um, Shuri from Black Panther, and I guess she's the new Black Panther, right? And then Shang-Chi. Um, honestly, I thought Shang-Chi was pretty good, but are we wake or sleep on this Avengers lineup? These are the new defenders of our fictitious Earth.
All right. I'm gonna go individually. Actually.
Nope, you gotta do them all together.
All together. All
Because
together.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm totally sleeping. I think the fate of the world is in trouble, and
I
we're
was gonna
going.
say sleep too. Put some respect on Moon Knight's name.
Honestly, where was he on the cover? Because he's probably the best hero
He
they
is
got.
the best Marvel show, arguably, that they've ever come out with.
That show was
At
amazing.
least top 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Loki. Where's Loki at?
Is Loki? Does Loki count? Because he's just kind of I don't want to use the word because someone was in town this last weekend, and I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. Loki's kind of like an anti-hero, and
I get you. I know
yeah.
what you mean.
So I don't know if he should go on the cover, but
I don't. But like show slash movie wise, I think he had again one of the best series.
that series was amazing. Did you see the trailer for the
It's
second
the
one
only
coming out?
Marvel series so far to come out, or a Marvel Disney Plus series to come out with season 2, and there's a
Is
reason
it the
for it.
only one?
Yeah, for Disney Plus wise, yes.
Interesting.
Well,
I
besides,
thought
okay, I
another
guess
one.
if you count Daredevil, because Daredevil's coming on Disney Plus now too.
Well, I wasn't counting that one. I thought another Disney Plus one
No,
had
none.
a really interesting. I thought
Just Loki.
WandaVision had 2 seasons, didn't it?
No, it was only one.
Oh, you know what? It's because they were in WandaVision. It was strange, but yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay. I think I'm asleep on it too, guys. I'm
Yeah,
asleep.
yeah. Like it's not bad, but like there's some. It's not. At least it's not like the worst 3. Like if Miss Marvel was up there, I would have lost it. Like I
Kenny,
got
we all know how you feel about Miss Marvel.
well,
No,
like
Kenny, the people need to know how you feel about Miss Marvel.
I couldn't make it through the second episode of that show. I was falling asleep. Like I'm not saying it just because she's a girl. I'm not saying that. It's because I literally could not watch the show.
It
I
was a
had no
slower show.
interest.
Yeah.
That's
I
Kenny.
think I literally stuck it out because it was a Marvel show. But
I
like
was
if it
going
was
to,
a
but then I
regular
was like,
show,
"There's
like
no way I can watch other things
yeah.
and do better stuff with my time."
Oh man.
Honestly, if I'd have come down to Ms. Marvel or Big Brother, and I chose Big Brother, so that's probably why.
Oh yeah, you're a Big Brother stan.
That's
I watched
right.
it last night.
Yeah. No spoilers, Kenny.
All the spoilers, but that's not what this podcast is about. So
Nah. All right,
Next one.
so we kind of got that one. Again, everyone, let us know about your wake or sleeps as we go through them.
DM
But
us on our Instagram at Alarm Talk
Alarm
Pod.
Clock Pod. Yes.
Also on Spotify, I put out polls every week and questions, so feel free to respond to those.
Yeah.
I do see them.
Wherever you
Nobody ever
see
answers
a
the questions.
poll, wherever you see a poll, fill it out. We want you guys to get interactive with
Did
us.
you guys vote last week on the Spotify one?
I did not do the Spotify one. I just did the Instagram
Did you,
one.
Edwin?
I only did the Instagram one
Oh, then
last
we
week.
got 3 extra votes on Spotify then, because I didn't vote either.
Hey.
There was
Yo.
2 for Zach and 1 for Edwin. So
Wow, I think everyone needs to stop coming for me. That's what needs to happen.
well, your takes were terrible last week.
They weren't.
Yes, they were. There
Anywho,
was 4 for Zach and 2 for Edwin, and then somehow I got 1. So I know exactly who it was too, but I know he doesn't listen, so I won't say his name.
all right. So we're gonna hit the next wake or sleep. Um, the I just said it earlier in the show, and I was gonna correct myself, but I was gonna wait for this point of the show. Um, Twitter has changed its name. It is now known as X. Um, I it it's really weird because yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm sleeping on X on the name X. Are we wake or sleep on the name change to X? Because I'm definitely sleeping on it. I think it's
It's
actually
2 a.m. and I am asleep, dead asleep,
yeah.
because Carter told me a joke, and I can't say it here, but it made me realize why you don't want it to be named X.
Oh, cards
I'll tell you guys afterwards, but
off air.
yeah.
I am waking up to this.
No, dude.
Waking up to this.
Wait,
X.
wait.
X.
Dude. Kenny.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Edward,
hey,
Well, I didn't do anything. You disconnected.
we cut his
Kenny, you
mic.
kicked me out.
No, I really, dude. Your internet just went out.
No, Kenny, you kicked me out.
No, I didn't. Zach, did I kick him
Kenny,
out?
Kenny,
I am waking up to it. Kick me out again. I am waking up to it. X.
I'm
X
gonna need
marks
to know
the
your
spot.
reason.
X
Yeah,
marks
what's your
the
reason,
spot,
please?
which means it wants everyone to get over to what we used to call Twitter. X. What's better than the letter X? Nothing. Which other letter is better than the letter X? There is no
A,
better letter.
B, C, D,
No,
E.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those letters are not
I take
better
back
than the
it.
letter X. X,
Hey.
man. It's
You know,
we believe in Elon. So, guys, look, he's gonna knock out Mark Zuckerberg. Look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow Elon. We're gonna follow Elon right now, and we're gonna accept this, guys. You guys have to wake up.
you don't want to know why I'm sleeping on this? It's not so much because I don't like the name X. It's just he could have made a whole nother like social media platform and named it X. Changing the name of Twitter is really dumb because the way that you speak about Twitter, like it's in the language. Like you can't say, "Oh, like we used to say, "Oh, I tweeted about something," or "I saw someone's tweet," or "I went on Twitter." Like now you can say, "I went on X," but no one's gonna say, "Oh, I X'd yesterday," or "Oh, What about retweet? When you retweet something, what are you gonna say now?
You
I
share it.
re-X? Like
No, you share
Yeah,
it.
you react. You react.
that
Kenny and
that
Zach, I
doesn't
react
sound
something
right
yesterday.
at all.
Yeah, no. I re-X something yesterday,
You should
guys.
X
I'm not.
yourself from this podcast, Edwin.
Come on. I re-X'd yesterday. I X something out. Guys, I think
No,
this is a brilliant move.
it doesn't sound good. It just doesn't make
It's a
any
brilliant
sense.
it's a
And
brilliant move.
you know how stupid it is? It's to the point still where first I had to really shut off my phone and shut my phone back on for me to actually get the X icon because the icon was showing X when I would click near it, like in my little socials box. But when I'd click out of the socials box, I still saw the blue bird. So that was dumb. And then also when people send me tweets, yes, I'm still gonna call them tweets, and I'm still gonna call it Twitter because I think X is stupid. When
No.
people send me tweets, it still says it literally says X on top, and then it says so and so shared a tweet. It still says shared a tweet. It doesn't say shared an X.
Well,
So
look, this is what we're doing. We're putting Twitter more on the map by putting an X on it.
No, you're not. You're taking Twitter
X,
not
away.
at all.
X marks the spot, guys. X marks the spot. So we're getting people that weren't on Twitter before to get on Twitter now. Guys,
To get
this is
on
a
what?
brilliant-
On Twitter,
Yeah,
right?
you said on Twitter, not X.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like in the old lingo. This is the old lingo. This is the old lingo, guys. Come on now.
Where Edwin just says stuff to try to make people mad and argue with
We
him.
have
That's
to we
cool.
have to we have to
Definitely.
we have to X up.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
X
not
down.
happening. So new next Wake or Sleep. So as you know, we talked about the fight between Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez, and there was a tweet that was put out that
Don't make me
um
kick you.
honestly that was put out that said basically that the players in the fight, it determines whoever wins or loses determines who gets ejected, and then the loser gets memes forever. So, are we wake or sleep on players being allowed to fight with the winner staying in the game and the loser being ejected?
All right, my alarm for this one. My alarm is set. It's going off at 7 a.m. But I'm waking up at 6:30. I am waking up on this one.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm awake on this one. Totally awake on this one.
Let's see. Is there any way we can combine both things? Like I want both players out of the game, but I also want the loser to be memed.
Oh, I think
That's what happens now.
regardless, Tim Anderson is memes forever. That guy, he hit the dirt.
Like, yeah, like
The way it is now, or the winner stays in the game.
You
I
never
want-
want to get knocked backwards on a punch.
yeah, exactly, right? Especially not when you put down the glove first, or when you square up first. You know what, guys? I'll wake up on this. I'll wake up.
Hey,
I'll wake up just because of the memes, and I always like there to be a winner. So
Yeah, honestly, don't lose the fight and you won't get kicked out. That's the main point.
yeah,
all right. I'm taking the next wake or sleep. So first, to see some background context. We were at the 66ers game, and they announced that the 9-hitter in the San Jose Giants lineup, which is the visiting lineup, was the beer batter. Me and Zach were like, what the heck does this mean?
What is a
So
beer
he
bat?
cut up the bat. They put a beer glass on the screen. Every time a strike was thrown, the beer glass would fill up a little bit more. So we're like, wait, what the heck is happening? So the beer batter is if the 66ers strike out this specific batter, they sell 250 beers for 15 minutes. Are we waking or sleeping on the beer batter?
Oh, I'm waking up to the beer batter. Honestly, I think it's actually really crazy though, because I mean it's a real benefit that it's a single A game and there's only so many people because the line grew so
Oh, because
fast.
it was you could only get it at one place. It wasn't like you could get it at any stand in the entire stadium.
Right.
It was one stand.
It was one stand, and it was everyone kind of flooded over there. And the crazy thing though is some people, I guess, at the ballpark were sleeping on this because they would walk over to the line and then they'd say, I don't think it's worth it for a 250 beer. I think if anything is at a ballpark is 250, you should go get it because that's a good deal. So I'm waking up because the deals are dealing.
That's right. I'll wake up to it just for this reason. I think that that is a great way to bring in more money. You just said that the lines grew. I'm not drinking any beer myself, but I think for the team, for that organization, I think it brings in more money. You can also excite a fan base like that, bring more people out to a game. So, for purely business reasons, I will wake up to that.
Yes. Like I said, the 66ers are about the fan experience. I could definitely tell from the way they did that game.
That's all minor league
So,
teams. The minor league teams don't really. There's
Exactly.
way better. They always have kids running on the field. Like
Yeah, even the kids who fall, you know.
the
It's just it's
thing
just
about
fun to watch.
so when we were there on Saturday, I slept on it because I was driving. Be safe. Don't be stupid. If I was not driving, I would have gotten one. So I'll be awake if I'm not driving, but if I'm driving, I'll sleep on it.
Yeah.
oh, oh, okay,
Wake up
Kenny.
wake up to the deals.
Only one though. I wouldn't go for because there was no limit. They were like, "How many you want?" And he was like, "One." And then there was this one guy who was obviously already way too drunk. He kicked over a wet floor sign, and
I
he
think
was like,
I
"I'll
think
get 3."
Was it
I
not
think
Zach?
it
No,
wasn't
it was the
me.
guy in front of Zach.
I
Oh.
was not drunk. I no drinky. But I think the 66ers were drunk because why did they even have a wet floor sign out there? It was 90 something degrees in San Bernardino.
It was
There's
100 when the game started. Actually, it was
Yeah.
155.
Oh,
See,
oh,
there's no way the floor was wet.
oh.
So yeah, someone in the 66ers organization needs to figure it out. But yeah, that will do it. I think for the show we have to hit one more thing though. I think most alarming take is what
Oh, the
needed to be brought up, and my vote goes to Edwin because we're not calling it X. We're not
yeah.
calling it X.
My vote is also Edwin. X is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Get rid of it.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Zach.
Why me? I
I
didn't
think
even.
I'm gonna go with Zach for being the voice that really pushed back on this X thing. So you know what? You
The
get
funny
my
thing
vote.
is that I said the same exact thing, but you just couldn't think of anything else that was bad and was
Exactly.
worse than what you said. So
I think I think for those of you that don't remember too, I will also vote Kenny because he needs to stop being so cynical for one of his favorite teams. But
I'm just realistic. I'm not a delusional fan like Edwin.
I'm not delusional.
We don't need Brock Purdy. We'll be fine. I still
Hey,
have the
hey,
next
hey,
one to Edwin.
hey,
Don't forget.
hey. We're okay.
all right, everyone. Well, that will do it for this episode of Alarm Talk Pod. Please follow us on Instagram at Alarm Talk Pod. You can email us at alarmtalkpod@gmail.com if you have questions. And also, you can find all of our podcasts on many different podcast places on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, on Amazon Music, even on YouTube. So Be
Did you
sure
get
to look.
iHeartRadio in there? I missed
Oh,
it.
and our Heart Radio.
We're getting big.
Yeah, so make sure to give us a listen, and we will wake up to you next week.
See y'all.